sawa ni sawa kana huko oh kote genge beda side kama beda side
hospitali ya kwanza inawekwa na Papa Mtakatifu Rafael Ochieng wa Legion Maria.
Maria
Wamtumainio Bwana, heri wamtumainio Bwana.
Anaweka jiwe la msingi ujenzi wa hospitali takatifu ya Legion Maria. Nyalo karababi nyalo tete. Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama Saturday number Maria mama sulemi mwana na wino Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Pako Maria mama sulemi mwana Singo wawiro Maria mama sulemi mwana Sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi mwana Maria mama sulemi
Mene mwana wawiru Maria mama nisulu mene mwana Maria mama nisulu mene mwana Inene wanka
One car. Now is the planting of the historical tree in progress. Just in a few, once the pontiff arrived. This is so historic because it's the first one ever done in the Legionary African Church Mission since its inception in the 19 and unknowns, because this church might have started maybe beyond 1960s. It was known, I think, in 1960s. Therefore, here we are. One car. You can comment, share the link to the other groups.
Sasa Baba Mtakatifu anapanda mti wa kumbukumbu.
Baba Mtakatifu kuna pesa hii anapanda
ambayo itatukumbusha siku muhimu hii ya kuanzisha kwa hospitali ya kwanza ya Askofu Yapera. Piga magoti kwa maombi kutoka kwa Baba Mtakatifu. Asante sana.
Urukamano.
Ni wakati njema ambayo Mungu ametuandalia.
Ndio chimwa bali majewe.
Mungu awaongoze na walinde.
Nasaye mondoritu.
Tunaendelea kwa haraka.
And if I think somebody is going to translate. Yes. So 3 years ago, we had finished a simple project that we considered a test project. That was to buy a motor vehicle for the Diocese of Nairobi. And as soon as we finished that project, myself and members of the committee of that first project said to ourselves, let us do something crazy, something impossible. And so we said, what is the most impossible thing that people think we can't do? And so we said, we are going to build a hospital, a mission hospital for the church. That was 3 years ago. And we asked ourselves, how are we going to raise the funds? And Director Nyapera, he was not bishop then, said that we will do it the same way we bought the diocese and the car for Nairobi Diocese. And so we started collecting money without knowing where we were going to build a hospital. And that reminded me of a piece of advice that I had. Some old man giving his son who wanted to do a master's degree, but who did not have money. And it's a speech that has gone round viral, and it says, chaka chaka. What does it say? Chaka chaka, meaning what? Starter. Yeah? So when we started expanding our vision. We hired a consultant initially to do feasibility study. We visited pieces of land that are in the name of Legion Mariae of African Church Mission, and this is one of them. There's another one down the road as you head towards the direction of Chulaimbo. There are another two down here on your way to the other side, from Darajambili to Sinyolo, on that side. So we looked at these locations and settled on this one. And our consultant for feasibility study indicated that this piece of land could hold a level 4 hospital. And he estimated that it would cost us 150 million Kenya shillings. And when we reported to the members that we have agreed that we are going to build a 150 million shillings hospital, they went like, what? Will you manage? Where are we going to get the money? And then we said, we have just started. And so up to this point, we followed due process. We hired another consultant. We put out contracts for people to apply to consult for this project. The consultant is going to talk to us and tell us how the journey they have walked, the kind of hospital that they have designed, and how much it is going to cost us. To date, we are gathered here to break ground and put up the initial phase of the project. And then the entire piece of land here will be filled with concrete and will go way up to the third floor. And we want to thank the leadership of the church under the hand of His Holiness Pope Raphael, who granted us the opportunity as the young people of the church to lead in the direction of this hospital. Each and every step that we have taken, we have always consulted with you, His Holiness, and we have always consulted with your cardinals and the management committee of the church, the secretariat. We are glad up to this moment that you have supported us. We want to promise the members of the church at large and the management committee that we will put up a hospital like no other in this region. It is a promise we made. We will raise the funds and we will put up the building. Up to that moment, I want to see the ground to the master of ceremony to invite a consultant so that he could take us through. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Brother William George, for the long and short story of the hospital project of Legion Maria. I now call upon the director of Silnod Kenya Limited, Brother Paul Apondo, to come and give us the technical part of the project. Meanwhile, I would like to welcome and recognize the presence of the area assistant chief and the chief and the ward admin who is now representing our governor. Feel welcome and feel at home.
Thank you, sir. All protocols observed. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to present to you the project. Overview, not in detail, because if it is in detail, it will take a lot of time. So I'll just give you an overview of the project so that we get to understand visually how it is. So, ongeza mic kidogo. The mix. Okay. What you're seeing there is phase one of the project. It's a big project of about 200 million. The development committee for Legion Maria contracted Silioned Kenya Limited. We are a big team of architects, engineers, and quantity surveyors to push through their vision of having the best medical facility in this region. And being a visionary team, we decided to work with them because we are a team of young professionals. We are based in Nairobi. So we came up with the phase one, which is a community clinic. That phase one is meant to roll over the project, the bigger project. So it's like we are starting from the first phase as we go to the other phases. So the clinic, basically, it is gonna have
I've been requested to maybe translate so that all of us can be together in tandem of what is going on.
okay. So the first phase is the clinic, which is about it's basically a community health service unit.
Miloso mokwongo ni ibiro luongo ni community health service unit, yani mana clinic matin makonyo jogweng.
So basically, it has a pharmacy, a consultation room, examination room, and a few toilets there.
Obro bedo gi pharmacy gi consultation, yani kamine ne jotuo kod kama ipime jotuo kod kama iuse yath kod cho.
So what you're seeing, it has two steps. That lower steps there is a big veranda where we'll have the waiting area.
Nitiere veranda mineno kanyo no kama ibiro jotuo bro rite thieth.
Yes, so basically it is just a simple structure to roll over the project.
En mana gedo matin, mana mar chako tich.
Yes, so we want to, from there now, once we operationalize it,
Kawa chako tich,
we are getting into the main project.
kore kawa chako project one.
So the main project, I'm sorry I don't have the visuals.
O kan kod gik mag tich, lakini abro temo.
I will unveil that to the media group.
Obro miyo gi ne jo media mantie.
So basically it is a level 4 hospital.
Hospital mogero ni en hospital number 4, yani maduong maduong mogik.
Yeah, because you remember from level 4 you go to the referral level 5.
Kiya level 4 tidhi kuma kaka Kenyatta, yani referral maduong mogik.
We were short of building a referral hospital.
Koro kwanyal gero hospital mikele jotuo mang'eny
if not for the space.
Nikech ka endi en kama tin.
But with the space constraint, we managed to do a level 4 hospital.
Lakini katotin kama to ne watemo mondo walos level 4 hospital.
It is 3 blocks.
Ibro gere gi walls adek, yani udi adek madongo.
3 big blocks. One block is like almost 20 meters by 15 meters.
Block mokwongo biro bedo tielo 40 gi bae tielo 50.
So it starts from where that clinic is all the way to the wall.
Ochakore kama ochak gedo cha nyaka fence makoni ni.
Flood coverage is 100%. We are covering this place. This whole place will be concrete.
Lubni te ibro geri ot kendo biro bedo gi smiti.
Apart from where you see the Ford Ranger and that van.
Mana kama parking matino kende mabiro dong.
So that is phase 1.
Koro mwagero no en mokwongo.
Community health service, we operationalize it.
En kar konyo jotuo ma egweng.
So that even the faithfuls get motivated.
Kochako tich to koro kata mana jolemo mosebedo katiyo matek biro bedo gi chuny motegno.
Yeah, mondo we do the bigger project.
Mondo giger project maduong.
And now you know that I'm low. So phase B.
Phase marareyo.
Phase 1B will be a block of 15 by 20 meters.
Idhiger block mar tielo 15 gi 20.
That will also help that community health service because it's majorly outpatient services.
Mano bende biro konyo kar kuthiedho jogweng' ma en mana mar jok madonjo kendo wuok.
It has examination room, consultation rooms.
Obiro bedo gi kar rango jotuo gi kar pimo jotuo.
A very big pharmacy.
Kod kama iuso yath maduong' kabisa.
All your drugs.
Mabiro ting'o yedhe duto.
And then on top there we'll have a maternity wing.
Malo kanyo nitiere kuma mine biro yude konyruok ka ginwang'o nyithindo.
Of about 20 beds.
Mabiro bedo kod kitendni madhi 20.
Then on top of the maternity we have pediatrics wing.
Kar kanyo kisekalo kar mine kanyo biro nong'o kama ithiedhe nyithindo iluongo ni pediatric.
Another 20 beds.
Bende biro bedo gi kitendni madhi 20.
On top of that now we have the flat roof where you can do a roof garden.
Gorofa mar 4 biro bedo kama olos moriere mabiro bedo garden minyalo dhi tiyueye.
Now that is phase 1, eh?
Mano en phase mokwongo.
So once we finish that, we operationalize.
Kwa tieko mano mochako tich to wabiro bedo koro wasechako tich kode.
So we'll have the community health.
Wabiro bedo kod kar konyo jogweng'
and the outpatient unit.
Ma jok mabiro gin jok mabiro kendo
maternity wing.
Kendo gi kama ithiedhe mine madwaro konyore manong'o nyithindo.
So phase 2B, phase 1B.
Phase mar 2 kuom mana mokwongo no.
So we are talking about somewhere in the middle, eh?
E diere kanyo machiegni gi kama igere clinic no.
We are building coming this side.
Ibiro gedi kibiro go komwa bede koni.
Yeah, so this middle one.
Madiere ni.
We'll have mostly opticians.
Obiro bedo gi jok mapimo wenge.
Gynecologists.
Jok mapimo mine.
Dentists.
Jok maloso leke ji.
And we have some also examination rooms.
Kod kunde minyalo range jotuo kuom tuo ma en godo.
Share this link.
In between there will be a ramp and a lift.
Diere kanyo biro bedo kod gima ji idho go malo kendo maloro godo piny iluongo ni lift kata ramp.
Then we go to phase 1C.
Kato wadonjo mar 3.
Where now the Pope is this whole area.
Kama koro Papa Mtakatifu bede ni te.
This whole area will have accidents and emergency unit.
Odhi bedo kama koro kinongo accident ikeli iluongo ni emergency unit.
On the ground floor.
E piny.
We'll have a body holding unit at the back there.
Ka ng'ato onong'o ka ngimane okoromo kode moweyo to koro itere kama chielo toke kachi biro gere kar joma yweyo.
And then we'll have a radiology unit.
Kaeto kama ibiro goye ji x-ray bende ne biro bedo toke kama chiegni ka.
So x-ray, CT scan, MRI.
Kiwinjo ni CT scan kata MRI kata gime mago te gin radiology, yani gik matiyo gi gik mamenyo dendi.
So on the first floor we'll have laundry services.
Gorofa mokwongo biro bedo kama iluoke gik ma jotuo tiyo godo.
Laundry is a big component.
Odhi bedo en gima muhimu sana korka tij hospital ka.
So we'll have laundry services.
Nyaka wabi walose go first floor.
Other biomedical units.
Kendo gi gik mamoko mitiyo godo e hospital.
Then we'll have an ICU.
Kato wabiro bedo gi kama jotuo maututi biro betie.
2 ICU units and 2 HDU units.
Wabiro bedo gi ICU tiende ni kama jatuo ma maututi betie biro bedo 2 kod kama jatuo micheko pile pile kata sakate bende biro bedo 2.
HDU units and 1 theater.
To kod kama inyalo yeng'ie.
So it means that we have a whole hospital block.
Matiende ni wantiere wabiro bedo kod hospital gi gige duto midwaro.
It's very modern. We are competing on a global level.
Wapiem kod piny mangima.
So we want to modernize this village.
Koro watemo mondo gweng'wa ni bende wadonge
so that there is something to write home about.
mondo wabed gi gima nyalo wache e gweng'wa ni.
So it's going to be a modern health unit.
Odhi bedo hospital ma kisasa mar ndaloni.
We want other churches
Wagombo ni mondo kanisni mamoko
and organizations
gi riwruok mamoko
to learn from Legio Maria.
Mondo
You can
gipuonjre
comment,
Legion
share
Maria.
and
The
like.
project
Kaka itimo tich bilani
and how to organize a project,
kendo kaka ipange,
execution
kaka itime
and commissioning.
kendo kaka ichake.
Yes, that is it.
Erokamano.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Erokamano. Director mar Silnoid Kenya Limited ambaye ndiye msimamizi mkuu wa kazi hii ambayo wamechora na kuipanga na kuhakikisha kwamba itafanyika. Sasa tunaingia kwa wageni wetu ambao ni wakuu wetu wa serikali ambao wako hapa pamoja na sisi.
Wabro donjo kuom wendo wa majo serikali.
Watakuja mbele watusalimie na watupee mawaidha kidogo.
Gibiro biro mbele mondo gimoswa mondo ginyiswa matin magin go.
Kurabro nitaomba assistant chief wa area ndio atatujulisha kwa wageni wote ambao ni wa serikali ambao wako hapa.
Abro kwa assistant chief ema mondo rwakwa od welo mantie.
Karibu sana mama.
Kakalo kumwendo wa modhial bishobe mantie,
Nikianza kwa mgeni wetu mheshimiwa,
pate mantie,
maaskofu, makasisi,
sisters mantie,
wakina dada,
jolejo te mantie ka,
wana wa Legion Maria wote,
wendwa moluong,
wageni waalikwa,
the press.
wana wa habari ama waandishi wa habari.
Okay, amoso unyasaye ber.
Nimewasalimu kwa jina la Baba. Amjambo.
Oya ore ujoka baba.
Ya ore.
Untie. Abe amor. To mor man godo maduong.
Furaha niliyoko nayo kubwa.
Dhako konyuolo nyathi to mor.
Mke akizaa mtoto ni mafuta.
Sasa leo nimezaa.
Kawuono ni anyuol.
Kabla sijaenda kwa urefu sana, wacha niite village admin.
Kapok adhi mabor ahinya we aluong village admin.
Ye pia ongee machache alafu niite wangu.
Bendo wach matin kaluong jatenda.
Karibu village admin.
Ne kanisa,
Kwa kanisa,
ne welo moluongi,
wageni waalikwa,
kaluo protocol kaka en.
nikifuata jinsi iliyoko.
Nyinga iluongo ni Ben Nyanga.
Anaitwa jinsi mnavyosikia.
An area village administrator.
Yeye ndio village admin.
A system mar county government, one called ward, motelnegi ward administrator, then one called the village, motelnegi the village administrator. So kabiro elo county government of Kisumu.
Nikikuja hapa nimekuja kwa niaba ya county government of Kisumu.
Mor gi gima odhi mbele ka kendo madwa timre ka.
Nina furaha kwa yale yanataka kuanza kufanyika.
Mokwongo ago erokamano kabisa ne kanisa mar Legio.
Ya kwanza na washukuru wana Legion Maria
nikech paro magibedo go maleo mar kelo project machalo kama area wa.
kwa fikra ambayo wamekuwa nayo kuleta kitu mzuri hii kwa hii village yetu.
An mokwongo mor saidi.
Mimi ya kwanza nina furaha
nikech mokwongo madala kawuoyo kaka dala wa mani toke ka.
Mimi niko nyumbani nikiongea naongea kama niko nyumbani.
And history mar kama wantiere ni ang'eyo maber kabisa.
Na historia ya mahali tulioko naijua vizuri.
Kendo ka Legion ne bedo kod shida mar repossess the land, to I was fully aware.
na kama Legion Mariae ilikuwa na shida tulikuwa tunaingilia.
And I think ni nyaka Samuel surveyor makoriti demarcation I was here.
Na najua hata surveyor akikuja hapa nilikuwa nafahamu.
Now atemo wacho ni mae ndi koro ena milestone ne maendeleo mar gweng.
Najaribu kusema ya kuwa hii ni mbio ama mwendo kwa maendeleo ya kijiji.
Nikeche ungeo ni ngima edhano, health is life Toka koro okela project machalo ka hospital.
Na wakileta project kama hii hospitali,
mano ngiso ni gweng tuoche mathindo thindo koro bro rumo. Distance bende koro bedo narrowed nikech nyowa walk long distance kwa seek for services, health services.
Hiyo inaonyesha kuwa magonjwa madogo madogo yatatatuliwa hapa tu.
And of course winjo kaka bende consultant omiyowa a comprehensive details magik madhi bedo ka en hospital maduong.
Jinsi unavyosikia umesikia kwamba itakuwa hospitali kubwa.
I want to say ni as a county we are so happy working with actors like the Legion Mariae. Nikech health is a devolved function, and as a county we would want an actor that also boost our capacity on giving development to its citizens. Omiyo amor kabisa adwa wacho ni wabiro bedo kodu kanyakla, wabiro ungo ulwedo kuma necessary, any support we will give where necessary, kendo nyaka gikone we want to say we are very grateful kuom medo sirikal mijingo nikech ma udwoko kuma nonego bedni sirikal spende pesa ukonyowa. Manifesto mar Governor Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o en ni wish ne ni ji ok seek health services more than 1 kilometer away, and therefore it means ni king'iyo karwa ka gi Chula Imbo is much it's far, but now when this facility sits here, then the services are brought closer to wananchi, and so therefore we are very grateful as a county, and we thank you the church and those who thought it wise to bring such a facility closer to us. We are very grateful. Maybe I would like to request the contractor that for us to also work well. I know you can source the skilled, but I will also encourage you to also look on the unskilled, so that you build the economic activity of the area. You know, when you work with our boys around and the young women, even if it is at least at the end of the day they take something home. So I'd like to encourage the contractor to consider working with our locals in terms of the labor force. Again, maybe in a consideration, maybe I saw the committee here. It would also be wise if the administration is also part of the committee. My thought though. Thank you.
Wiyo wil na miyo jasiasa microphone. Ng'en gin gichiemo gi dhogi. Koro akwayo ng'uono. Uwacho nen brief speeches an gi jatenda ka. Taneno stakeholder japuonja Paul Nyakwaka, just wave. An gi village elders. Maka village elders mubotiyo go man ka. Aneno gi ka gintie kanyo. Aonge gi mang'eng madwa wacho. En mana wacho nuna niluonga ni Elizabeth Meso. An nyaka moro ni yala Nyaranyiko. To kana biro tedo pod Kisumo karatin ka. To Nyasaye ma Nyasaye ukita koro sani an assistant chief mar area. An gi bolruok mang'eny kachung'e ni jomadongo kama awinjo ka luor. Magi madawacho onge. Aduokonu mana erokamano joka baba. Ni Nyasaye manyochako manyowacho chaka. Ruodhni pod ngima. Obo mako badu kendo obotiyo kodu. Pesa no kiwache en figures kata ana penjo nudwa gole kanyo. Sangeo ni kimako lwet Elizabeth, kimako lwet Ben, mani mako president, timako governor. Tuobo yudo kaka wayudo pesa ni. To gima wapango ni Nyasaye uketie lwete mondo timre maber. Kokadhi mang'eny aluongo jatenda Gwen mae na malaria.
Kakalo kuom Papa Mtakatifu,
nikianza kushukuru Papa Mtakatifu wa Legion Maria,
leaders te mag Legion Maria,
viongozi wote wa Legion Maria
gi Jokristo duto mag Legion Maria,
na Wakristo wote wa Legion Maria,
welo kod osiepe kaachiel gi contractors man ka. Amosuno kweuru.
ukue,
Jambo.
tujambo,
Mlembe mwezi.
mlembe.
An iluonga ni Tobias Onodi Ogwel. An chief mar Northwest Kisumu location.
Yeye ni chief wa hapa.
Mokwongo ago erokamano.
Ya kwanza na washukuru
ne Cardinal Komenya,
kwa Kardinali Komenya
ma nyocha omiyowa invitation mondo wabika.
mwenye alitualika tukuje hapa.
So erokamano Cardinal.
Asante sana.
Okabe wacho mang'eny.
Sitasema mengi.
To moloyo akawo thuolo ni mar go erokamano ne kanisa mar Legion Maria.
Nachukua fursa hii kuwashukuru waumini wa Legion Maria
kuom kelonwa project machalo kamae
kwa kutuletea kitu mzuri kama hii.
Kendo kuom bedo role model, ranyisi maber kuom development mwanyalo nene gwenka.
Kwa kuwa kipawa cha mbele kutuonyesha kitu mzuri kwa hii village yetu.
Adwana wach ni a blessing from God kokalo kuom kanisa ni.
Naweza sema ni baraka kwa Mungu kupitia kwa kanisa hii,
ne community marwa ka,
kwa wana wa kijiji hii.
Nikech ka winjo otim site visits mang'eny.
Nimesikia mumepata kuangalia mahali tofauti tofauti,
lakini bahati ni obiro manaka.
Lakini hii bahati kaja hapa.
Koro nyaka wago erokamano bere Nyasaye.
Sasa lazima tumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu.
Adwana wach ni project mukelo ka.
Nataka niseme hii kenye mmeanza hapa.
Nikech dongruok mar dhano health en pila maduong' kabisa.
Unapata afya ni kitu mzuri kwa binadamu.
Nikech kapok wariembo fuwo,
kabla tujafukuza ujinga,
wariembo kech,
njaa,
nyaka ibed gi afya maber.
Lazima uwe na afya mzuri.
Donge mano gima ber ne community.
Si hiyo ni mzuri kwa wanakijiji?
And at the same time okobi konyo community kende.
Na tena itasaidia wana kijiji peke yake.
Obro konyo jo Kenya te.
Itasaidia wana wa Kenya wote.
Maudak ka kata ma kunde moko to biro ka.
Wenye wanaishi hapa ama wenye wanatoka mahali tofauti tofauti.
Nikech kaluwore gi weche mwase yudo,
kulingana na maneno ambayo ama habari tumeyapata,
Mai will be a modern hospital.
Hii itakuwa hospitali ya kipawa ya juu.
Ma ohingo magwa moko matindo mag dispensaries ma wan go kaki.
Imeshinda hizi zetu zenye ziko hapa.
Koro services mabro wuok ka ng'eny.
Sasa vitu zitatoka hapa ni mengi.
Koro mano blessing maduong' ahinya ne jo Kenya manka.
Sasa hiyo ni baraka kwa watu wote walioko hii area.
Okabi wacho mang'eny.
Sitasema mengi.
Tadwa mana nagonu erokamano.
Nataka niwashukuru.
To winjo ka village admin osewacho.
Mumesikia kama village admin amesema
sama project ni obiro kama
kitu mzuri imekuja hivi,
nitie joma ibro dwar ma unskilled mamule achiel ariyo.
Kuna wenye watatakikana kushika moja au mbili.
To ang'e ni kubro involve gimondo gibe gi participate ka.
Najua kama mutakuwa nao wafanye nanyi kazi,
then bro bedo maber nikech they'll own the project.
Itakuwa mzuri kwa maana hao pia lazima waingilie.
Koro kebe nena nokel gimoro iwa to jomoke mwaneno to wan kando.
Hawataona tu wameleta kitu mzuri kwetu na wengine ndio tunaona ndani.
So let them feel part of it.
Lazima wasikie kwamba wako ndani.
Another thing madwa wacho,
kitu kingine nataka kusema,
one in the national government,
tuko katika serikali,
mana kaka village admin osewacho.
Jinsi village admin amesema,
also involve us nikech dwa her kendo wabiro bedo part and parcel of gigu matimre kae.
Tufate kutuweka ndani ili tukue mmoja wenu.
And adwa wacho ni be rest assured ni wamor.
Nataka kuambia kwamba tuna furaha.
Ma weche mag security bende wabiro tudre mondo gik moko matimre ko timre maber.
Kama mambo ya usalama itakuwa sawa na kila kitu itaendelea shwari.
Otherwise aonge mang'eny to wakelo mana apology mag jotendwa nikech once ni wasebedo invited nyaka ne wanyis jotendwa bende ni wan invitation machalo.
Sina mengi lakini tumeleta ruhusa ya wakubwa wetu na tena tuambie tuko hapa.
Begin bende girwako na project.
Na hao pia wamekaribisha kitu mzuri imekuja.
Otherwise kama Nyasaye upe.
Asante sana.
Asante sana Bwana Chief.
Comment, share and like.
Tuko hapa na mothers wa Legion Maria, simameni msalimie wageni.
Methe mag Legion Maria chunguru mondo fwa.
Wauru Newelo.
Kamano.
Erokamano. Tuko hapa na deacons wa Legion Maria, wasimame mahali wako wasalimie wageni.
Deacons mag Legion Maria chunguru mondo fwa.
Simameni juu. Deacons. Asante sana bu, you are not a deacon. Tuko hapa na makasisi, priest, Jodolo mantie chunguru fwane welo. Abro chungo Deputy Superior General mar Legion Maria, priest bio uo Martin.
Erokamano ne moluoro wa Papa Mtakatifu.
Asante sana kwa Papa wetu mtakatifu.
Erokamano ne serikali mubiro.
Asante sana kwa serikali walioko.
Erokamano ni jiduto.
Asante sana kwa watu wote.
Aonge manyalo wacho an mana gimor kuom gimotimore.
Sina mengi ya kusema, nina tu furaha.
Father Julius Sagunda.
Naitwa Father Julius Sagunda.
St. Jacob Dunga, Kisumu Diocese.
Yeye ni kasisi wa St. Jacob Dunga, Kisumu Diocese. Yeah.
Asante sana Deputy Superior General wa Legion Maria. Tuko na maaskofu wetu hapa wote tunawakaribisha. Watakuwa introduced na administrative secretary wetu wa kanisa ambaye ni Archbishop pia wetu. Tutasimama ongee kidogo, ata introduce maaskofu wote ambao wamehudhuria hafla hii.
Bishop Abuto taking over.
Kwake Baba Mtakatifu
na Papa Mtakatifu,
nashukuru siku ya leo.
Wago erokamano odiochieng' ma kawuono.
Mwenyezi Mungu ndiye ametengeneza.
Ma Nyasaye uone moloso.
Vile tuko hapa,
kaka wantie kane,
Mungu ndio alichagua ya kwamba sisi ndio tuwe katika ili kazi.
Nyasaye manoyiero ni wane mwabro bete gima timre odiochieng' ma kawuono ni.
Na sisi ni wasohoda.
Wan joneno.
Project hii ya kanisa yetu ya Legion Maria ni project ya kanisa.
Tich matire kani en project mar kanisa.
Na tunaifanyia kwa niaba yake Mungu Mwenyezi ambaye ako hapa na sisi.
Watime lo Nyasaye wuon mantie kodwa ka.
Kwa wadhama wote
ni Cardinal duto
wakiongozwa na Cardinal Kenya,
hotelne gi Cardinal Kenya,
askofu wakuu,
jobishobe madongo
na maaskofu wenzangu,
gibishobe wetena,
wakasisi,
jodolo,
wakristo,
jokristo,
chief of the area,
chief mar area,
na deputy chief,
assistant chief,
madam,
na
village admin, members of the media, na invited guests.
Giwelo moluongi.
Our guests siku ya leo ni the project team managers ambaye wametuita hapa, au ndio guest wetu. engineers ambao wanafanya kazi.
Engineer Matio,
Karibuni.
Warwako.
Erokamano. Naomba maaskofu wenzangu
akwayo askofu wetena
mkuje ili wageni wajue majina yetu na mahali tumetoka.
Ubimondo welonge nyingeu kuonde muwuoke.
Nitatoa a short speech.
I take abroloso.
Maaskofu wote
Ne askofu te
askofu wakuu pia
gijo dolo madongo.
Asanteni sana Papa Mtakatifu.
Erokamano ne Papa Mtakatifu.
Makardinali ambaye wako hapa.
Kardinali Dutomanka.
Archbishop.
Archbishops.
Bishop.
Bishops.
Makasisi, madikon.
Jodolo, gijadikon.
Mothers.
Gijomada.
Chief, assistant chief.
Chief, assistant chief.
Na wageni wote ambaye wamekuja hapa siku ya leo.
Giwelo temo biroka.
Oyaole rututo.
Oyawe.
Asanteni sana kwa siku ya leo.
Erokamano de chieng' makawuono.
Kufika hapa vile tumefika leo.
Kuom chopo kaka wachopo kawuono ni.
Mimi kwa majina naitwa Bishop Philip Cosmas Mongale.
Iluonge kaka wachono.
Mimi ndio bishop wa Kisumu Diocese.
Ene bishop wa Kisumu Diocese.
Mimi ni Mukisii.
Ene Kisii.
Asanteni sana.
Erokamano.
Asante sana. Mimi najulikana kama Askofu Wycliffe Nyapera.
Aniluongana Askofu Wycliffe Nyapera.
Askofu wa Lugari.
Ena Askofu Malugari.
Pia director wa Youth Affairs Legion Maria.
Kendene director mara Affairs ma Legion Maria.
Morris Bishop Opeo.
Iluongeni Morris Bishop Opeo.
Of Boro Diocese Siaya.
En Bishop Maboro Diocese Siaya.
Asante.
Erokamano.
Bishop Peter Lucas Mondi Mboha. Diocese of Oranga.
Hiyo ni askofu wa Oranga.
Kwa asante nafasi hii kusema asante kwa Papa Mtakatifu, viongozi wote, viongozi wa serikali. Mimi kwa majina naitwa Archbishop Francis James Bwire. Mimi ni askofu mkuu wa jimbo hili. Asanteni, karibu.
Mano Archbishop Makisumu kendene moritoa.
Shukrani kwa Baba Mtakatifu, Kardinal Kenya na wakuu wa dini ambayo wako hapa. Na wasalimu wote, amjambo wote.
Atu jambo.
Ya uredu uto?
Ya.
Kwa majina ni Archbishop Moses Aduol, Archbishop of Eldoret Archdiocese. Asante.
Mano Archbishop ma Eldoret.
Asante. Mimi naitwa Bishop John Melkio Obera kutoka Taita Taveta Diocese. Asante.
Mano Bishop ma Taita Taveta.
Askofu Ogetu, karibu. Cardinal, karibu.
Kwa Papa wetu mpendwa Papa,
Cardinals,
wakardinali wote, Archbishop,
idolo duto, mothers, deacons, giji duto te, oyawre uru.
Oyawre.
Erokamano. An mada lawa, ninga chelisa kinyo geto.
Asante sana.
Naita askofu mkuu Elias Komenya ambaye atasema machache na kukaribisha wageni kwa sababu yeye hapa ni nyumbani. Karibu.
Kama najadua. Oyaore uruduto.
Oyaore.
Kwanza weuru chandrugi loko dhok mang'eny. Yoma kwinyi dhoge tin kata dhok apani gintie. And then if you read our Constitution of Kenya, Article 7, 1 and 2 and 3, it's very clear. 3 said, the state shall promote and protect diversities of languages. Now, if you are here, we are going to give more work. So Kenya will be chief, as in chief, not area. So ere nyabera. Nyabera iko wapi? Simama kidogo. Yo uoga sa chief ni. Wacho no take charge. Koro samudhi loso the chenro maber. Ena mora take charge ni kata mana kwe musibiro kaonge madoko. Koso kamano mama. Yeah. Koro invade. Koro no ruwo. Koro to penye nyaromera kindo kidhi kanyo. Aya. Oh, Nyabera nasema wakati nilikuwa nazungumza na assistant chief of the area ambaye ni Madam Elizabeth, alikubali ku take charge for security. Tukakubaliana na yeye, wakati wewe nakaa mahali na hiyo timu yako, fikiria yeye yako hapa na atahakikisha kama hata contractor analete hata mchanga kama hii, asifikirie tena kutoa hata kidogo, hataenda, itabaki tu hapa within. Kama unataka kutumia ingine mali ingine usiingize hapa, ama namna gani? Hivyo hawaje kusoka watu watu machira moda watu chalo kama jodala wa uwinjo kaka ne jowagiwo okne en gima ne wa atwa bila kai ne nitie competitive nito ere kama dikete okwa kucho ni kila nitie ne competitive wan gi lope nyaera kae lope chingire madongo kabisa to ne wanono ni makani ber moloyo tapani nyaka be ni une manule musahidi ko lembu no nyase wi koro gima dwa kwayo ok en para moparo dichieng' ma kawuono mae ni en achiel kuom objective of Legion Maria of African Church Mission makisomo katiba mar Legion Maria article 3 to end the second paragraph of that objective. Ni wabiro bedo kod school, to wabiro bedo kod hospital, to wabiro bedo kod gik mamoko be mwatim. Dongo dugo no erokamano. Kono kwa keleka gima dwa kwa jadung pop mtakatifu madagone jadung pop Rafael erokamano. Ni oparo karka ugini mondo ter kata mana turgi Nyabera ni ama lokoni. Kono Nyabera ni to nie jakomo kuteda lagi. Opni ngar nyaka bed gi turgi kata mana Yesu kidwa nyuol to no wachne Joseph ni dok dala umudo dhi okwani. Ndio no wach kamano. Modok modhi nyuol mana Yesu e kul madala Daudi. Koro opni bende Siaya to koneno ni gima ber machal kama otel na Siaya. Ujo chi maber kabisa. Donge dwa gono jaduni erokamano. Kamano. Yo mang'eny wacho ni kakao tadhi goda lawa. To kotimo mano. Jaduong' mano erokamano. Kabiro kum admin. My Archbishop don nen di konda mochako bedo an leta ber mobedo kosetiyo dikon motegno to bedo pata motegno. Ten wood kano. Obe kake gin jo motelo ka oko wacho ni an gina dhigo mana kano. O wacho ni competitively. Dongo winjo Kisumu maber kabisa. Kom ngete na ngogi dholuo wasomi se waturwa pie makare uwinjo wachni maber pie makare ok pie milarwo kuru ng'eni kuneno anang'e Kisungu to dholuo ang'e molo Kisungu koro ubende ukodhi go dalagi omi wagunu wiro kamano kanisa mar Legion Maria to nya mor tema ni gino biro samaraj onego ber kae kod governor kod team ne tung'e kuma entie kod gik magitimo sani tije ng'eny to onego bed ka kata gi county commission to nikech Kenya wawuoyo nono bende kod other activities ma ok nyal chopo koro kineno king'iyo the structure mar national and county government kineno assistant chief man neno Uhuru Kenyatta kineno admin man neno iluongo ni ng'acha ing'eni gino pod wila ineno Ruto neno Ruto magi ariyo gi koro Ruto magi to kineno jaduong' ni tineno Professor Nyanka Nyong'o koro miyo gima dwa kwayo ma abiro kwayo in nikech gine your documents ka Nyapera gi team ne obiro abende abiro kwayo governor mondo wabedie e TWG mar health e Kisumu County as St. Mary Legion Maria Hospital. Nikech ka wan TWD Mano kore ka wan gi nafas maber. TWG means Technical Working Group mar health. Mano ni tiyo that opportunity. Kori bende ka wangi dhi kujo kidwoko report wach na wacho mano tabe nyasengiso. Kosa kamano. Mogik okadwa dhi mang'eny. Jodolo wete wago nwero kamano kuom biro uka kendo gima utimo no ungiso kido maber. Kama wachung'ie ni kae ema Nyasaye otime hono gime wacho cha. Dong'we gima notimore ka. Gima notimore ka ni emomiyo sama ne itimo competitively to nyaka ne gini dhia ka nikech baba notimo hono dalan baba misias. Jodong ni unyalo paro wachno. Dong'e to kendo ka bende ema kigo ndama adek tichopo urudi temo chieri amoke koa mwalo kadawa kadu chire ka mawuoth mude pangima mabe okung'e maber kabisa. Omiyo gimokelo wakao ken wacha competitive ng'ato paro. Beru gi tir osiptal odongi to ber gi kwe. Abe kata ka uketa committee abiro timora kenda bobeti. Wiyo wachno. Thank you. Arilo ngani Elias Jemo Komenya. Ata jake puonja ka jake sumo ka Joseph do ber kodo.
Oh, that was Archbishop Elias Komenya bringing a sense of humor in the meeting.
Lendo mare technical team mane giselando e kanisa Legion Maria ka magini oluorore Legion Maria ka koro wuok e chiel ma lejo odonji e family mar Kenya. So allow me to address the media within a very short time and all members gathering here. Yes.
Apparently on behalf of Marfa Mtakatifu Kubetika media, can you stand and capture the visual communication now? Yeah. Prepare Aurora Mondo Koichi for Kaji Photo. What's your capital? Una fast and maru. Oh, what do you mean?
The media are preparing, setting up their gadgets, ready to capture the official communication from Archbishop Peter Onyango Avuto. This communication basically is formal, and as you can see, the media is setting up their gadgets, ready to capture the official communication from Archbishop of Busia Archdiocese, Peter Onyango Kabuto. Right. Elias Komenya briefing His Holiness. Right. Bishops from various parts of this land attending the stone laying ceremony. From the other side are faithfuls of the church, neatly seated, following the proceedings. Behind me are members of the public, following right 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 there we are. Gadgets standby, maandishi, right. Mimi kama senior reporter niko pale kuhakikisha nawaletea hizi picha mbashara kadri zinapochipuka. Akau komi. Alin kamu. Yes. Bishop Nyang'o seated on the right side of the pontiff, ready for press interview.
Before we start, I'm requesting for a note from the media team if you are okay. Allow me to introduce Cardinal Joseph Odinga, who is at the headquarters and is in the house of the Holy Father. And the office of the Holy Father, managing his affairs. On the left of the Holy Father is our Cardinal Kenya, whom today this project is being inaugurated in his area of jurisdiction. I'm only requesting that is, which is today laying down the first and ever anticipated health institution here in Kenya, in Kisumu Diocese, and in this area. Allow me to make this short speech that the issue of health have been a question in our church fraternity and in Kenya at large, whereby we know that we are prayerful, but there are times when some people say that we don't go to the hospital. Today, what the Holy Father is doing here is making it clear that we are supporting health institutions, and that's why we have gone to what we call the level 4 hospital, meaning that we want the best for the church. We are doing this living by the development agenda of Vision 2030 in Kenya and in UN, whereby we want to come up with the best health institution so that we help the government in fighting the Big Five agenda that includes health. This is an issue that made our founder father brush shoulders with the first colonial leaders that were there, that were seeing us that we were against everything. Baba Messiah. And when he was pursuing what we call the registration of this church, health is that is spearheaded by the Bishop of Vihiga, or Wycliffe Nyapera, and his team. I know that many are not around. This project came very clear to us when our Holy Father was hospitalized in Empisha. We had a chat with a certain doctor who was attending to the Holy Father. Many of you have gone to the Empisha, or those that have not gone there. Empisha is in a very small ground. So we asked the doctor whether we can also come with one like that. And he said we can do it. So when we went back, we charted the way forward, and this is what have come out. Members of the team, that youthful organization came up with what we call a tail number, which I need to share with you, 754008. And this was circulated to all members of the church. They started contributing little money, and as we are speaking, the contribution have surpassed 8 million, and we are still moving on. Where we are today, the Church of Legion Maria is calling upon the NGOs, our government or institutions that are supporting such like projects to come up and support this maiden project, which is not the project of Legion Maria, but the project of Kenya, which is going to even help in treating various diseases that will invite or attract patients from across East Africa and Africa at large. The account is registered in Legion Maria Church, ODA Diocese, KCB, and as was said by the strategist, after the maiden project that became as a pilot project, they still maintained that. And the church have given them a go-ahead to muscle financial support. As a church, we have started this year in Marera. We are calling upon all church leaders that the same should be started across the dioceses so that the church can help the community and the community to get what we call assistance from the church. There are various diseases that however much we pray, we have to seek for the intervention of a physician. This is going to help us as the church, and very many of us are going to benefit from this maiden project. With those few remarks, we are anticipating that you are going to be our good ambassadors. We know the role of the media in our societies. You have made those people who could not even get treatment to get treatment, and even certain small hospitals that are doing major work in the society to get funds from across the globe. We know that you are going to send this to even our media houses so that as from tomorrow, all that the engineers have stated here can be achieved within the shortest time. You have heard that we need 200 million, and we have only contributed 8 million as a church. Thank you very much. Allow me to welcome the Holy Father so that he can also make his maiden remark.
Opportunity to come to the gathering of the Maria for fantastic meeting. You are most welcome. Feel at home. Number one, I'm doing my pleas to Lord that I'm born again. You know my mother for all these matters. Thank you, Erokamano. This is my own meeting. I was decided to be in Australia. I will say the church is ready to work with you. I heard this later. Why the ground? Yeah. Yeah. It's the mushroom. The church will help you people know that it's just next to the road. Those who meet an accident, will be brought here for treatment. I would like this hospital. I live for this community. You also take care of it. I'm glad that you have been given protection by the area chief. All we do here is be safe. My name is Rafael Esquina. I have another name. You can call it a nickname, or you can call it a family name. I have another name known as Adika. You might have seen it in the media. That was my name.
Thank you.
Great University, Alego Karu. And Karu. So, you could do. Anytime. For this matter,
Good. I think we're done. It's okay. I think it's okay. Any question you can ask the contractors, give you the more in detail. But that is the stand for the church, and the church continue to do well. Thank you.
Hiyo ilikuwa speech ya chief wetu wa Legion Maria. Tunamalizia program na mjue ya kwamba chief of the area bado atatupandia mti, kwa hivyo tusiwe na haraka. Cardinal Kenya pia wa Legion Maria atapanda mti, na wakuu wa kanisa ambao bado wako hapa tujue ya kwamba baada ya hii watapanda mti. Tangazo kwa administration ambao wamefika, tuko na mpango wa kuanzisha kamati tekelezi wa kazi hii. Baada ya hii hafla tunatengeneza kamati maalum ya kuangalia ya kwamba hii kazi itaendelea vizuri. Kwa hivyo mtakuwa invited in writing so that we can create an all inclusive committee yenye itaongoza hii kazi. Papa Mtakatifu ameomba community ya hapa chini ya wakuu ya kwamba kama itawezekana mtatuongeza nafasi ili tukue hata na nyumba ya kusaidia wale ambao ni maskini, wamama, wazee, ili tujenge mahali pa kupumzika kwao. Kwa hivyo najua kwa ushirikiano wenu tutapata nafasi mzuri wa kupata kujenga nyumba kama hizo ili wazee wetu wanaweza kukaa. Tunaendelea na mpango. Kabla ya vote of thanks, ningependa kuita mkuu wa youth ambaye ni Bishop Nyapera asonge karibu. Bishop Wycliffe Nyapera. Bishop Wycliffe Nyapera, naomba ufike karibu. Kwa hivyo mtarajie barua zetu ili tutawahusisha kwa mpango yote ya kuendeleza kazi hii. Kwa hivyo naarifiwa ya kwamba baada ya hii chief na ofisi yake na ward admin na Cardinal Kenya na wakuu ambao wako itaonyeshwa mahali pa kupanda miti. Ninaomba askofu wa Boma, askofu wa area wa Kisumu,
media preparing a short interview.
Asante sana Baba Mtakatifu, Kardinali wa Kenya, makardinali wote ambao wako hapa, maaskofu, maaskofu wakuu, makasisi, madikon, chief, assistant chief, media wetu ambao wako hapa na wageni wote ambao wamefika kwa hii ground, na washukuru nyinyi nyote kwa sababu ya
A short interview being prepared by the media.
kwa sababu kama tungekuja sisi peke yetu hakuna kitu ingeonekana, lakini sasa pia tumekuwa pamoja, kila kitu itaenda pamoja. Kwa sababu tumesema ya kwamba tutaunda kamati ambayo itaangalia hii kazi ambayo inaendelea hapa tukiwa tumeshirikiana pamoja. Kwa hivyo asanteni sana na karibu sana, tuwe pamoja. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana askofu. Kwa hivyo sasa Papa Mtakatifu atatufungia na maombi, alafu anakuwa atatuongoza kuimba tukienda kwa mahali pa kupanda miti ili kutangaza. Kwa hivyo anakuwa karibu baada ya mahali ya Papa Mtakatifu.
Final prayers and the Pope being conducted to end the session. Ya feciu colometeram. And that marks the end of the official session.
Cardinal Kenya, Chief, Assistant Chief, Ward Admin, nyote tunaelekea mahali pa kupanda miti. Karibu tafadhali, karibu. Deacons, tusonge karibu, tusaidie kubeba
So, you tell the guy to keep quiet. Isaya, acha tutume watu wenye watadili na yao. Yesu bwana mangi microphone no. Oye microphone ora timu interview.
Haya, Cardinal Kenya ndio huyo anapanda mti sasa. Chief wetu pia
wasekone
okowe mpaka na nikiku
very familiar to me. Very familiar. Oh, all of these guys are very familiar. Very familiar. Dixon Janachik. Very familiar. Anything Ugenya? Ugenya sang. Hangi kama ngeye. Umesoma Umina? Umesoma Umina. Form 1. Custom work. Akipani kanyema na ngeye. Form 1 tu 2014. No, 2011. Yes. Kora kanyema na ngeye. Isa obviously. Kijana machal kilori. Watu mbona mpande noise. Choka ngeye. Watu beno chalo mano nanka. I used to sit right in front.
So, and you face so this one is majorly which you already doing. So it's gonna be operationalized to help the community get the phase 2 is the major project of the project. It has 3 phases, phase 1B, phase 1B and D. So it's gonna be a level 4 hospital. It's going to have a patient unit, maternity wing, pediatrics unit, male wards. We have ICU and HDU units also, and a radiology wing for the unit. It's going to be 3 stories, ground plus 2, and on the rooftop we have a roof garden. The duration of the project is 3 years running. So every phase we are putting at 1 year each. That is 3 years for the whole project. Yes.
At least we shall have something to hand over to the next generation. So, as Director of Youth Affairs, Legion Mariae of African Church Mission, I'm very happy about it.
We just touch on what you said about the perception that they do not go to hospitals. Yes. Maybe now what this means. Then Kitieko, summarize the Yeah, initially, people viewed the Church of Legion Mariae that their remedy to health complications were just prayers, not knowing that Legion Mariae were upholding people going to the hospital. So this was a challenge that forced the government to be closely monitoring the Church of Legion Mariae. Whenever
one was taken to Legion Maria critically ill. But they were also perturbed that even others could be withdrawn from the hospital to follow what we call the due process of treatment, only to be healed in the church through prayers. So the founder of the church, in his formation of the constitution of the Church of Legion Maria, one of the objectives was to build a hospital. But I need to say that time was not ripe by then, because it was when he was trying to form up the church, and he could tell us that the generation that will come after the first generation that started the church, they are the ones that are going to build the church. We are very happy that we are fulfilling the prophecy and the motive of Baba Messiah in our society as Africans to be in access of better health facilities. Koro gidolu onyalo wacho ni
You've just raised about 8 million Kenya shillings.
Yes.
The total sum for this particular project goes way up to close to 100 million, right? Do you have plans to actually have another fundraiser, mega one? And someone is whispering to me that you're actually planning to invite the president, the party president, the people will actually fundraise for this project.
First and foremost, there are very many ways the community, the nation, or the public are viewing churches. So when we could place this request to anybody that we want to build a church without even a single coin, they could see us as children that are just playing. So we said, let us first do round one collection, whereby all our church members have been contributing a little shillings, even if it is 10 shillings, to that account. And we have done that. We have raised 8 million. Our step 2 is our church fraternity and the leadership across East and Central Africa. We are planning to organize a major fundraising towards this. 3, before we even go to the president, we first want to work with the county government of Kisumu, who have helped us a great deal by ensuring that we secure all the necessary papers. So we are also going to place our request to them if they can chip in, and through their own intervention and wise counseling, we can even reach the president. Because we cannot go to the president before exhausting the resources that we have around. In summary, awacho kama ana niluonga ni Bishop Peter Nyanga Buto, kanisa ma Legion Maria, an administrative secretary. Kawuono tarik 17 dwe mar 9, kanisa ma Legion Maria elek mare mar neno ni wachopo e thurro mag weche mane Baba Messiah nowacho ni mondo wagero osiptande gi gik mamoko motegno madongo makonyo oganda. Papa Mtakatifu Rafael Titus Otieno oketonwa kidi mar chako gero osiptande ni, ka wakonyore kod jorieko mamalo mag gedo ni. Wamor ahinya kendo dwoko erokamano ne nyithindwa mag Legion Maria mosetiyo matek mar choko $8 million. Kata kamano, pesa madwarore ka en siling $200 million gi wiye, to wakwayo owetewa ma jokristuswa mapok otimo gimoro gitim gimoro. Wakwayo riwruoge mopogore opogore makedo matek ahinya ni mondo oganda oyud thieth makare oriwre kodwa. Osiptande ni nitiere daraja 2 kama iluongo ni Marera. Ang'eni jowetewa gombo neno ga ni bende timore adier, ginyalo biro ka mondo gine e ground gima timore. Ng'ama nigi konyruok mare wakwayo nyalo oro pesa ne e tin namba 75 40 biro kelo nying mar Legion Maria Church ODA Diocese. Ka ok kamano, jatelo moro amora mar Legion Maria ng'ama owinjo wachni nyalo tudore godo mondo ochopie e dwaro makare mar neno ni sengo mare ochopo mondo dongruok ni odhi mbele. Wan ka endi kaka generation mar ariyo mane baba nolosi, wachomo tir gik mane baba Misia nowacho. Sani wasechako osiptal, wadhi e mamoko manowacho. Erokamano.
And that marks the end of the today's session. Comment, share. May God bless you.
Kwenda nichukue bagi yangu.
Sasa.